Hi guys, welcome to Trini Rant. I normally call it Trini Tantrum Tuesdays, but it's not Thursday today. Yesterday, of course, was 4th of July, and although we don't celebrate 4th of July in our home, we did have like a little kind of celebration. Don't ask me why, I really don't know why, but you know, we had like food and stuff that normally we would make on a Sundays for like a Sunday meal, but we had it on that day. So guys, this is actually the second time I am recording this to put on YouTube, and the reason why the first one went, you know, bad, it wasn't really any fault of mine, but I said a word that I didn't I know very well if by chance, you know, my YouTube videos get monetized, it will definitely be demonetized, but I will still post it up because, you know, something really weird happened while I was recording. Actually had like a police, well, I guess they were running down a car. They end up stopping the car and had the guys on the hood of the car sprawled out with guns drawn. It was intense, okay? It was intense, but you know, I am thankful to be out of that situation. I am home now, and yeah, safe at home. So the idea of Trini Tantrum Tuesdays is really to rant, right? I'm hoping that I will get a chance to not just have me on, but other members of the game on one day to just kind of put in perspective, you know, the different issues that we have with the game. Hopefully, you know, the developers will, you know, pick it up and decide to do something different that will help us to enjoy the game a little bit more. Now, I have to say that this game is a relatively good game in terms of, you know, the aesthetics. Probably not all that bad. The storyline of it is pretty interesting, and you know, the different things that they have are really good. Now there are different events. There is, you can go to different places, do farming. You have a community-based kind of scenario where it's multiplayers, and you get to meet people from different parts of the world. And so, you know, basically for me, that is the biggest. I'm not an extrovert. You know, I always say I'm an omnivert or an ambivert, right? In that, you know, making friends is not a big issue. Being by myself is not a big issue. I love doing both. But I think for me, the most, you know, the best thing about the game is the fact that you get to help other people and work along with other people, and that is, you know, that's like a plus for me, right? All right, so we have this event. Right, so here's my rant this week, right? It's not Thursday, we are doing Trini Rant Fridays, right? But you know, this one thing that I want to touch on is the fact that there is such a big gap between, you know, players, and somebody mentioned that on Discord just recently. You know, why is there such a big gap between the most strongest and the other players. And I would say that one of the biggest issues is the fact that this game has become pay to play, right? You pay. I believe, and I might be wrong, but the layout of the game wasn't as bad as it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Oh, okay, wow. So here's this. I don't know if I got. Did I get it? No, I didn't. How much did I have to do? Oh crap. Okay, all right. So, all right. What was I talking about? So many things I was talking about, but yeah, there's a big gap between players' power. So you have people who, okay, look at this. They go into ranking. We have the top player is 31, and this person is, I would say, the quintessential bully. I don't know if he have children, and I want to believe that he doesn't, because of his attitude. He sounds and behaves as if he's a child. I don't know if he's a professional in any kind of work scenario, if he has subordinates, but this person just acts like a big child, seriously. And I'm sorry, I don't want to assume that he is he probably might be a really good person in real life, but let me tell you, I always judge people by the way how they interact and treat other people, and this person is like bully times 10 to the power infinity, okay? And I always tell people that for me, if you're going to be a leader and you are going to be the head of or the top of anything, set a precedent, set a standard, let people look up to you, let them want to be a part of your organization, let them say, okay, I could see myself growing, I could see myself being a part of this. And I can't. Some years ago, when they increased the size, before the camps were just 30 people, now it's the maximum is 50 people, and they were trying to get people to like join their organization, join their camp, and they approached a few of us from our camp, and I told them, I'm sorry, just being kind, I can't see myself being a part of them, because of their work ethics, of how they treat other players, how they interact with other players on WC, and literally everyone has the same kind of right with them, with him. And I always say that, you know, whatever you know your head represents, it always gonna trickle down. So if you are accustomed, if you're living in a place where, or in a place where, you know, they act a certain way, it takes a lot out of you to be different, right? And you're always going to, no matter how much you know, like, you say, okay, well, I am not this person, I'm not gonna be like this person. Like, say if it's your mother or your father, and you say, okay, I want to be different, I'm gonna, you know, be different, I'm gonna act different, I'm gonna set a precedent for myself. Yeah, you're always going to be stigmatized by, you know, the people who you have around you. And if your leader, if you're, okay, say your parents or your boss is this kind of way, and people are always going to say, okay, well, oh, you used to work, or you lived, or this was your father. And you know, it will always be that people judge you based on your leadership. And let me tell you, as much as I would like to say that, you know, their camp, I wouldn't call their camp have good people, and I do agree that, you know, I have met some really good people in their camp, some, you know, really classy individuals, people who, you know, people who in the past have, you know, been kind and been, you know, respectful, and, you know, not used their, you know, power and status as a flex, you know. I totally agree. And let me tell you, I would say that I personally don't get the whole, you know, blueprint of this game, because at one time you're saying, you know, work together to get this done, but yet you're still, you know, you're still putting players against players, and there's always a kind of mindset that, okay, one person is better than the next, and the whole blueprint of it is kind of messed up. Now, for me, there are things in this game that I don't agree with, right? And a lot of people have issues. I was trying to get, you know, some pointers of what people think. Okay, I will tell you a few of my pet peeves. Now, I'm the kind of person, love helping people, love, you know, seeing people grow. I will gladly, you know, take a back seat, and if anybody knows, you know, my lifestyle, they will know that I'm that kind of person. I would gladly take the L if I can see, you know, my family or my friends, you know, going and being up there and advancing in the things that they want to do and the things that they love. And I like to see this in this kind of game. So they had a few events that was geared towards helping other people, right? This was one of them. I had loved this game. I had loved this whole setup. I really did, because it was a way for my camp to help the others who weren't strong, weren't financially capable of, you know, being a part of the game in that aspect, right? So it was good to see that, you know, we were helping each other, that we were, you know, encouraging each other. And you have this whole setup where you send, you know, tickets for your friends, and you send tickets for your campmates. And we were doing that, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful, guys. It was the best thing ever, and I loved it. I really did love it. But then they made it in such a way where you have this limit, this 30. Now, mind you, guys, if you check this, in order for you to gain this level, which is the first slot where you get like really good good rewards to help you build, you have to make 100, draw 100 more times. Right? Now just imagine, I am not a person who has the money to spend on this game, right? So in order for me to make a certain amount of draws, I am dependent on other people's kindness. And this is what this game was, you know, it was a way for us to help each other build. And they took that away from us. And I was so disappointed that, you know, they didn't see, you know, it best to continue with this, because somebody in the other beta server, that they are accustomed spewing out a bunch of rewards for them to use, decided that they were going to make 1,000, well, a good amount of alts, so that the alts could advance and take part in this thing. And in my mind, it is always two things. The developers will give us the wrong send the wrong kind of rewards for our server, right? They will send the rewards for our server and then take it away. And if by chance we made the mistake of actually thinking that this reward was a gift from the developers for us, we will be penalized, right? And again, the players who have been rewarded are using these rewards to help advance themselves, or advance and take advantage of the fact that they have God knows how many alts, and using that to their advantage. They have now decided that we have to be penalized for their mistakes. So all in all, we don't get the rewards and we get penalized if they by chance, by accident, give us the rewards. And when the other server, the beta server, makes, you know, their whatever, you know, whatever they do, they take advantage of some loophole, we are the ones who have to suffer, right? And that is one of the things that has gotten under people's skin. Not to mention the fact that the game, as I said before, I think I remember saying it, it has become a format of pay to play, or pay to win. You pay your money to be advanced in this whole scenario. And yeah, it really isn't a good, you know, format for me. I mean, make it so that, you know, everybody could advance and there could be some kind of competition, there could be some kind of interaction. We have the opportunity to win and they have the opportunity to win. You know, it will be a matter of grit and not just money. Money, yes, money talks, everything else walks, but make it in such a way where it is not just the people who have the dollars to splurge and waste on well, to use, I wouldn't say waste, on this kind of game are the ones who are actually making it ahead, right? And that is my biggest issue. Now there's a lot of things what I'm going to do for my next Trini Rant is kind of go through all the things that we have been asking for. Probably go into Discord and make a list of the things that they want to see and put it out there, and probably invite a few other people to come on and, you know, talk about it and talk about the things that they had liked about the game before and what they don't like about the game now. Which for most people, listen, for me, the only reason why I still play the game is because of my camp. I love my camp. I love my camp members. I think they are some of the most, you know, genuine individuals. They play the game as though they're living it. They, you know, they treat people with respect. And let me tell you, there are a few of us that, and I will put myself in that category, I get triggered when I see bullying. I get triggered when I see injustice. I get triggered when somebody harms one of my campmates. I get triggered like that. Okay, so I'm working on it. I'm working on not being that triggered with certain things, and just being able to say, you know, let it go, right? Just saying let it go and forgetting it and moving on. I am working on that. Okay, I'm working on it, and yeah, hopefully sometime in the future we are going to have the opportunity to speak out and say what we need to say. I'm not trying to use, you know, like these songs, but it's just what happens. Okay, so and let the developers know what the players need for this game to be, you know, top notch, you know. And that is my Trini Rant Fridays. Happy late 4th of July from all my Trini brothers and sisters and my Trini players. DJ, you're the realest. DJ, only other Trinidadian that has stayed playing this game. Yes, there have been other Trinis playing this game, but everybody has frizzled out and gone on to better pastures. Murphy, if you're ever on, I remember you, girl. Alright, peace out, guys.